Okay, we got that going now. We're going to come in here and we're going to glue this thing up. Now, the first thing we're going to do is bring this over and we're going to put it on our line that we marked there. We'll make sure that we line up these edges together where they're supposed to be. I'm going to tell you what, you about got to get this where it goes when you put it on there too. Okay, that's it. As old guy used to say, that's her being her. All right, now then, we'll bring this over. And we want to bring this up to where it connects right where it's supposed to here. And comes right down through here like that. All right, and we'll flip it over. And we're going to put these on here to hold it in place. Just to make sure that it stays where it's supposed to stay. All right, now then, that's got to sit up for several hours. And then what we'll end up doing is we'll come in here and sew this and put 2 brads in it. And then we'll fold this over and glue it onto this side. Then it'll be set up until we get ready to finish it. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope you learned something so far. Hang loose with me and we'll get it done. All right, we got it out. It's glued. Now what we got to do now is we got to cut this excess off of here. So we just go slow. Let your knife glide right up next to the edge of the sheath, but you got to be careful because you can cut it. I have done it, so I know. Right up in there like that. All right, cut that off. You say, well, what about that? Well, I'll show you what about that. We're gonna come in here. I say usually go to the center and back up about 1/4 of an inch. Now this you really have to be careful with because you can cut slap through your sheath if your knife's sharp enough, and mine usually is. All right, now if you want to check it, fold it over, run it down, and make sure it'll close, and it will. And so we're ready to put the brads in here and fold that over and get it done. All right, I punched the holes in there before I thought about it, but anyway, you're gonna punch 2 holes in there. All right, you'll take these little brads like this. I know you can't see them real good, but that's what they are. Punch them up through here, then seat them on top of that, then put the top on just like it's wearing a hat. Take your handy dandy little concave tube, put on top of it. And then you're going to sheath it over. And do the other side. Except for the hole didn't quite go through. All right. Same thing with that. Put that on. Get that set on there real good. You got it on there and it's not going anywhere. So we are ready to glue it up. All right. Got it tacky enough now. All right, what we're going to do is line these up with the edge. And once you get it lined, as close as you can get it, go on and put you a clamp on it. All right, and that's it, glued up. Now we'll let it set till tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll do the drilling holes, sewing, all that good stuff. All right, we're back out here. We glued up our sheath yesterday, and it's had all night to set. So we're gonna take the things off of it here now. We're fixing to do two things. We're gonna take it. We're gonna go over and put it on sander. But first, we're gonna drill the holes down through here that go in here. Then we put it on the sander and clean it up. Then bring it back over here, and we're gonna repaint or touch up the edges somewhat a little bit, and go from there. So y'all hang loose. All right, got this bad boy on right here. Now what we do is I take it like this. As you can see, the edges are kind of rough on it. Now smooths them up. We're gonna go about one more time. All right, got the edges smooth. There's one spot I didn't get. There we go. All right. Now if it's come over and drill a hole, now we're gonna start in one place and go all the way down. Usually I start at the top and work my way down on it and get these holes drilled. For the sake of time, I'll get started on it, but I probably will not record the whole thing. But you get the gist of what I'm doing. All right, now then, we're bringing it back over here where we're painting that, and we're gonna go down through here with some black paint and get that painted and go down the edges and retouch it. And we should be ready at that point to get ready to varnish it and sew it up. All right, here we go. All you do is come down here and slowly bring your paint down over this leather here. Your first coat, what you're looking for more than anything is just to cover that middle section up. That kind of gives you an even base where it is the same all the way around. All right, now then come back and we're going to do another coat. Now the second coat goes on much better than the last one because it soaked some of your paint up in here. So it just makes this go much, much better. All right, got that done. Now we're going to go over the edges of this. All we're doing is just touching the edges up just in case there's a spot or two on here that isn't even, or maybe got a scratch on it. Turn it over now and get the other side. Okay. All right, we're going to set this, I'll tell you what, let's put one more coat down through here. This may not look real dark when you do it, but it will darken up as you go. All right, I'm gonna put that right there and lean it against that. It'll sit up. We're gonna let that dry, then we're gonna come back and put our sheen on it, beeswax, varnish it, and sew it up. All right, that's dried good on here. So what we're fixing to do is we're fixing to put a little bit of stain. You don't want a whole lot, but you do want to put a little bit. We're going to use the back side of this that we had the other day. Get 2 uses out of it. Now you want to just go down the middle of this. You're going to turn around and rub this off, so you know you get it a little thick in spots. That's okay. That's no problem. And then you don't have to be just perfect with it, but come down the edges. I always try to go down where the holes that I drilled in. It kind of covers up some of the brown left over. I mean the leather left over from them. At the very least, when you get through this, it's going to look kind of smoky looking, almost like it was airbrushed, honestly. I got that done. Put a little bit right in here. All right. Then we're going to go on and get this out. You don't have to really wait for this to dry on this particular part. And I just bring it right down the middle. Touch the edges up on it. I see a spot. There we go. All right, one good coat of that'll do it. All right, now we're going to come over here to our beeswax. And I just rub this down it, turn it and rub down the corner, rub up the corner. All right, then we're going to go over here to the burnisher, whichever you want to call it. I'm just going to bring you over here with me. All right, this is what we're putting it on. And what you do is you run this, depending on the thickness of your metal. This is real thick. This is about medium, which is what we're going to use. Turn it kind of where it'll hit that edge good on this side. Turn it where it'll kind of hit that edge good on the other side. And that's kind of what you got. It just kind of smooths that up. All right. We are ready to sew it up at this point. So that'll be the next thing we do. All right, this is my homemade stitching pony. I'm about ready for another one. We tighten that up in there. These things are not expensive. I don't know why in the world I don't just go ahead and buy me one. Because I'm honestly, I'm not that tight. I'm not. Okay, let me show you a little trick. Question's always been, well, how much thread do I need to use? Because you got to cut it off. If I cut it too short, I got to splice it. If I cut it too long, I got a lot of waste. Well, you're going to have some waste. No way around that. I usually take about 6 inches, bring it up, well, that's about 5. Bring it up above that, and I follow it down to here, and I'll go about 2 inches past the end of my sheath. All right, now watch this. I bring this all the way down, and then I grab it right here, and I let this drop, and I bring it all the way down again. Well, got to do it again. Bring it down again till you get to the end, my friend, and snip it off. Okay, now then, I've got 2 needles that I use. I bought a whole pack for 2, and these are my favorite 2. And, you know, you may have 2 that's a different 2. I bring it down to the very last hole, and I bring it in there. All right, I'm going to let that sit there while I put the other needle on. Y'all going to have to forgive me. Had to go to the doctor this morning, get some blood work done. Couldn't drink my coffee this morning, so I'm trying to make up for it. All right, we're going to bring this up, get your needles even. Then we go to the second hole. We bring this one in this way, this one in this way, pull them apart, and pull them up tight. Go to the next hole, put this one in this way. And what we're doing, we're pushing them against one another. Pull it up tight. Go to the next hole. Now I'm wanting to get this in 2 video sets, part 1 and part 2. I can't do it in the whole set knot and give y'all the information that you need to really understand what's going on. So in order to do that, once I get you going on the sewing here, I am more than likely, you know, it helped if I had a good light over here. More than likely what I'm going to do is cut it off, and I'll bring you back on when I get to the very top of the sewing. But that's all that you're doing. You're bringing one needle in one side, going in the same hole, push another needle through, bringing them to the point right there, and then tighten it up. Just kind of stretch it a little tight. Pull it through, stretch it tight. Pull it through, stretch it tight. And then you go all the way up like that. And I'll cut you back on when we get close to the top. All right, we're back up at the top. Now what I did was I separated where I had this glued right in here. All right, I'm fixing to do two things. I'm going through the last hole now. Bring it through. Then I'm going to drop back down to the next to the last hole and bring them through. Now, watch this. I come in here and I put it in the hole on one side and bring it out this slit to where it's actually outside or inside the leather. Then I come over to this side, this piece of leather that I held out. I bring it up and I do the same thing. All right, so then I tie it off and do it as tight as you can get it. I usually put about 3 knots in it. Then I take one of these little razor blades, you can use a sharp knife, and pull your string. And that's how much waste you have on that. All right, once you get that done, it's sewed. And we're ready to go over here and I'll show you how to finish it up. All right, now as you can tell, there was a slit in that. You can see where the glue goes in that little piece right there. I put the glue in that slit and then I pulled it together, mashed it tight. So basically what we've done, we've glued that shut. And we're going to put this clamp on it and let that clamp sit on it for about 15 minutes. That'll tighten that glue up. And as soon as that gets done, then we'll be ready to beat it out, straighten it up, and slide that knife down in that sheath. All right, got it glued up. Just simply take that off. Show you a little trick here. I set this thread in. It'll set in the groove if you take your hammer and that evens it up, makes it a little lighter. Okay, got it done. Got the horseshoe in it, and that are it for today. Horseshoe knife, horseshoe sheath with a horse and the shoes. So I mean, you know, you just don't get no better than that. Hey, look, y'all take care of yourself. Seriously. And don't ever forget what I say. When you think you can't do it on your own, turn to Jesus. Because Paul said, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Take care. Have a good weekend. I got 2 videos coming out. This is going to be part 2 when I finish it up. And I'll kind of maybe Saturday give you an idea of what I'm going to do next week. Talk to y'all later.
Sunrise on the Rio Grande, fields of green and golden sand. Farmers with a steady hand, working on this hallowed land. Long days in dusty boots, driving tractors, planting roots. They're the ones who bring us food, keeping all our dreams in bloom. From Amarillo down to Austin, cotton fields and cattle roaming. In their hearts this land's worth holding, all their stories worth the told. Sweat and toil beneath the sun, their hard work is never done.